This is Roy with Kick Legend. Today we're going to bring a lesson on the spinning back kick. So I'm here with Peter Miles once again at Miles Taekwondo Dojo, and I want to get his expert advice on how to throw a spinning back kick, as this is a very prevalent kick in Taekwondo, both for offense, defense, and counterattacking.
Well, thank you very much for having me, Roy. We have two different means of throwing the spinning back kick. The spinning back kick is a very advanced level technique. You don't see white belts or yellow belts typically using this technique. It's a knockout technique. So either the kicker's going to get knocked out or the kicker's going to knock out the kickee. That's why this is such an advanced technique. The first variation of the spinning back kick looks like a spinning donkey kick. I'm going to turn. I don't even need to see where my target is, because if I've lined him up properly, as soon as I kick, I'm going to hit him. It's a very linear technique. The object of this is to kick straight back. If you're wearing corduroys like we did in the 8th grade, you can hear it as you throw the kick. The heel is up, the toes are down. The second variation is a little bit more forgiving, and I say that because you're looking around to see whether or not you're actually going to hit your opponent. You're not throwing so much as a spinning donkey kick as a spinning side kick. So I'm coming around and my foot is now more horizontal. This is a little bit slower because it has more of a circle. It's not as linear, but it's a little bit more forgiving from the standpoint that if my opponent has now moved off the line a little bit, I can accommodate him and adjust for his motion because it's a slower kick, and I'm getting my head around. So I have the advantage of seeing where he's at, and if he's moved off the line, I can adjust for where he's moved to. We have a couple of different variations. We use this in Taekwondo both as an offensive technique and as a defensive technique. I'm going to show you the defensive technique first, because Taekwondo, Olympic style sparring, is still a counter-kicking art. So my student Mike is going to simulate a back leg roundhouse kick, which is the absolute most prevalent technique in Taekwondo sparring. So as he's throwing the back leg kick, I'm countering him by turning around. I'm getting my target off the line, boom, so that he can't kick me, but at the same token, I'm rotating my axis so that I can kick him. So that's one way. It doesn't necessarily have to be a defensive technique against just a roundhouse. It's any back leg kick. He could throw an axe kick, another prevalent Taekwondo technique, where a person's coming up and dropping their heel on your collarbone. Or from an MMA standpoint, you can use this against a front leg front kick. So we both have, we're in a closed stance. Our belly buttons are facing the opposite direction. He throws the front leg front kick. I can counter by spinning off a little bit and hitting him directly. That again gets my targets offline, and it means that he's now gravy for me to hit. So that's the defensive method of using the back kick. Offensively, you generally don't see this as an initial move. It's typically a secondary move. As I'm sparring, I'm making an aggressive motion, maybe an aggressive step or a roundhouse kick. I want to see how he reacts. His typical reaction is going to be that he's going to be moving backwards to an aggressive motion. He moves backwards. He's right exactly where I want him in my range. With that, boom, I throw the kick. Again, I can do this a couple ways. I can throw a fast kick, boom, and then catch him, or I can throw a back leg kick, use the momentum of the step, and get him that way.
You may have seen Conor McGregor loves the spinning back kick. And he does this thing where you know it's the only kick he's got set up, and they just let him do it. This isn't because they're crappy fighters. They're obviously very high-level fighters. There's just a lack of familiarity with these techniques, right? If you saw my video that I did with Peter about countering side kick and spinning side kick, all you do is you get offline and you cut kick his leg. But as Master Miles said, someone who's technically competent with this technique can track me and adjust the kick. So if I see him set up for the kick and I go, that's what I want, so I'm offline and I can kick him. But since he's good at this, when he sees me go, he's going to adjust and hit me where I am. And as Peter commented, you can bet your chips that they're going to be able to hit you because this is something they're very good at. However, if they don't have this back end and they're trying to throw these kicks, you really should be trying to punish them for this. And that means throwing the cut kick. That means absorbing the kick and coming in with your punches. That means throwing the kick to the ground and kicking the leg. A lot of ways you can punish this, but you should be aware that someone who's good at this has a pretty decent shot of both hitting you and cutting off your counterattack. This is Roy with Peter Miles at Miles Taekwondo Dojang. Hope you found this lesson on spinning back kick useful. Keep your chin down, elevate your striking.